Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is Friday,
Friday.
November 21st. I
Oh
got it right.
man, we at the end already.
Yeah,
Almost
we got,
December
oh, listen, we got
already.
one more week. We got to get this turkey out.
It's not even feeling like turkey no more. It's
Uh,
feeling like spaghetti.
we'll bring the turkey and spaghetti then. We can do it.
Listen,
Absolutely. So I am Keisha. I'm one half of the host of the Regal Mindset podcast show. We have a lovely guest with us tonight, but go ahead and Jay, introduce yourself and we'll get on.
Absolutely. I am Dr. Joy, the coach, and I am so glad to be here. I can't wait to get into this show, and I'm excited. I don't know
Yeah.
about nobody else, but I'm excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, we have the absolute pleasure of having Tony on the show tonight. We have spoken. She lives here in Columbus. We have spoken many times. She's been wanting to come on. We had to figure out what that looks like, and I think
Mhm.
tonight's conversation she's gonna add a lot of value to it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
obviously she's femme, so we have our own perspective, Jay. But we ain't gonna overpower. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna
It's
bully.
okay. I'm with it.
look, I like a little challenge, okay? It's
Okay.
fine.
All right. Cool. But tonight we're having a conversation about raised on survival and dating for love. Now, Tony,
Mm.
I've seen a couple of your posts, and actually, I think they're quite hilarious, to be honest, in terms of your dating and what you're looking for. But we're going to elaborate. We're going to unpack. We're going to talk about it. We're going to give our inputs. But
Okay.
yeah, I love it. So keep it coming.
I definitely love input. So
Yeah.
because I love hearing other people's perspectives on things. I just like to be funny on social media. Half the time I'm not talking about anything. But I probably am talking about something, but I just like to be funny on there. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, I
That
just
gets
think this
attention of views, so you got to have some commentary. I'm telling you, the dumbest thing get
Oh
people
yeah.
attention.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm learning that myself. I'm trying to get my pages to where they need to be, but I have so many things going on. I'm just going to do what I can do for the time
Right.
period. I can do it. So,
Right.
but yeah, so we're talking about how we were raised and how that necessarily affects or not affect your dating life, right? I am married. Jay is married. You out here in these streets. I know it's pee in the pool. I know.
Congratulations to y'all. I swear, because I am about to be 39 in January.
Okay.
But
We
to be
used to be
honest,
39.
it
Go ahead.
is in correlation to how you were raised. And that's why I
Mhm.
like them two titles, because it definitely has everything to do. I would never knock any of my relationships. It has everything to do with how I was raised, how I was
Mm-hmm.
brought up, what I saw, how I define love, and I didn't come out until I was 27 as a lesbian. So
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I just, I just jumped
You're
in.
figuring it out. Yeah, you're
I
figuring it
just
out.
jumped in there. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, I think a lot of people are still navigating and trying to figure out, especially in that age range. I think
Mhm.
I was in my 20s. I would say 25, 26, somewhere around in there myself, right? Jay never came out, right? Her story is a little different.
Okay.
Yeah. You just became.
This is
God said,
what
there was,
that was.
and
This
boom.
is.
That was it. We
Yeah,
didn't have no explanation for nobody.
and you didn't need it. Didn't
None.
need it,
Nothing.
because when I came out,
Absolutely.
I didn't need no explanation either. I just did, and it was what it was. And if anybody
Right.
didn't like it, then oh well.
Yeah. I got it. Well, I personally think again, and we'll talk about our childhood and what maybe that looked like in terms of how that maybe showed up in our dating life. I know for me, I had a single mother. I knew who my father was, but he had another family that he kind of was more involved in, right? And that
Typical.
definitely made an impact on how I looked at relationships or carried myself in relationships for a good portion of my life, right? Would you all say the same? All right.
I can definitely say some things. I
Okay.
can say some things.
I would
At
definitely
least
say yes because I was raised Holy Bible Church of God Pentecostal Holiness. So
Yeah.
I didn't know anything outside of that. And being raised in that type of environment, that's all you sought after. So the women that the men like look very homely, no makeup, head cover. you look very church. And that was, so we aspired to be that. But then it was like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, like, I don't, I kissed the guy twice. And on that second time is when I knew God had
That
better
was
things
it.
for me. And so, I went with what God said do. And so even though I did late blooming, as in, I went to Atlanta, came back,
Of
the way
course.
I
And
was,
you came back
you
a
know,
different person.
boom, like boom, there it was. But it was like I didn't date at all because I was so in church.
Yeah.
That was it. It was just church. And so even though it was like I was made to like a man, but it was like there's nothing about him that I like. But then I didn't like women. It was like, well, let me see what's going on. Then I'm like, okay, I like this a little bit better. I'm gonna stick with this. And that's
Mhm.
just pretty much what it was. Like nobody, and I had the Keisha said, I had a really good experience because I didn't get no hate from family.
Well, that's
One,
good.
they don't tell me what to do, and they all know that. I've always been the
Okay.
same way. And so
Okay.
nobody, and I love that about my family is that we never, like one of my best cousins is transgender. We call him Bojo because that's his nickname, but we don't care. We see him as a girl because he's always been that way. So it's kind of like, so I thank God that I had that, but I think, like you said, going back to being raised, I was raised church. I was raised that, and believe it or not, they didn't even preach that I was going to hell for being gay. They
Mm.
preached I was going to hell because I had two holes in my ear and I wore pants. Now those were sending me. I had
What? Like
a
what?
first flight to hell because I wore pants and I had a second because my grandma looked at me and she was like, I said, my knee hurt. And she said, I hurt too if I wore pants. Okay, that didn't really go together, but I
Right.
get what you're saying. She
Uh,
didn't even care about my wife sitting in her house.
so all the Pentecostal women wore skirts and
Oh,
dresses.
we were skirt down. Like we was
Oh,
not Church of God of
damn.
Christ type church, but we were longer.
Ooh,
We was longer.
that was not a good look for you. I can already
Mm-mm.
tell.
Well, no, girl, these hips be hipping. So
Oh, okay.
girl, this body is tea, honey. So no, it was. Oh,
I'm
I
just
wore
saying, as
all.
far as like, I feel like you wouldn't have been comfortable at a certain point in a skirt, or like you were like, let me.
No,
No.
and I'll be honest with you, I've been a fashionista my entire life. So when
Okay.
I was in church, I had the hats, I had the
Oh.
suits. Oh, you couldn't tell me. Oh, Joy was going to walk in there. And
Okay.
I mean, if I wasn't the minister of music or preaching or something like that, I was up front. So, oh, I dressed and I always wore makeup. I had them eyebrows done, but that's the type of woman I like too.
Okay.
Mm. Interesting.
So I pretty much like you can't come in there looking like no come in the back. Let me help you out. I'll do your eyebrows and everything. But no, that's I used to J Renee stilettos and everything.
Okay.
I love
Well,
it.
Now
that's why
today
you
is a
can't
different
judge a
story.
book by its cover. You gotta
Right.
know, folks.
For sure.
So
For sure. For
that's
sure.
that's what's up.
Okay.
Okay.
So Tony, I have a question for you. In childhood, like there some things that you considered to be love that you later learned in life that wasn't necessarily a reflection of love. You just internalized that just because that was what your environment looked like.
Every aspect of love was wrong
Oh,
for me.
really?
Every aspect of
Explain
love.
that.
So my childhood was and it's not a touchy subject anymore. It used to be
Mhm.
because I am a loner. I would consider myself a loner. I don't really deal with my family much. It's one of those things where, you know, you realize as you're older, you were raised in an environment you should have never been in as a child. So my family is has a lot of drug addictions,
Hmm.
alcoholism, um, and by the grace of whatever source, spirit, God we got, I never wanted to try drugs. I never wanted to, but my drug was
Mm,
giving the love that I thought I needed to everyone else. So I
That's
was
that's a
addicted
good point.
to broken people
oh,
because that's all I knew my
okay.
entire life. My
Okay.
father adopted me. when I was a baby, and he was on drugs and alcohol really bad. I seen a lot of stuff I should have never saw. I was around people and environments I should have never been around. Watching people do drugs and just a lot of stuff. But my dad was my first initial knowing of love.
Mm-hmm.
And although, you know, in whatever ways I think he thought he was loving and taking care of me, hopping from woman to woman and, you know, homeless, and my dad drugged me wherever he was unless he dropped me off to my grandmother. And even that place was a mess. So my initial knowing of love was saving my dad at all costs.
Right.
Waking him up at 5, 6 years old, picking him up drunk, and like always seeking his attention because his attention was always somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And just always trying to like people please and
Mm-hmm.
those things. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I took that with me into adulthood. My mother, I found out that my mother was my mother when I was 12. I always knew her to be my cousin. You know,
Okay.
black family,
Okay.
the black family
The family
secrets and
secrets.
stuff. So it was a lot of turmoil at a really young age that a lot of my family fails to acknowledge. A lot of my family are now dead and gone because of drugs and alcohol. My dad, my cousin, a few cousins. The woman that raised me, my grandmother, wasn't on drugs and alcohol, but she passed. I'm sure of just dealing with that stuff her entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Children on drugs, stressing her out. So it's just a dynamic that I realized at probably around 34 that I was really bad. Like my inner child was screaming out, like screaming for me to get her out. Like, so around 29, I went on a deep spiritual journey. Deep, like, I mean, weeks and weeks of just cramming knowledge into my mind about God, religion, spirituality, freedom, childhood traumas, narcissism, mental illness, all of that. And so I took it upon myself to say, you know what, because I have 4 sons, and I got a sense enough to know that what I grew up in, I wasn't going to have my kids grow up in.
Sure.
Although in some aspects, I did have them grow up in it because my relationships reflected my childhood traumas. So my son saw me in relationships that I should have never been in. So when you think of like childhood traumas, and not a lot of people have that awareness that inner child is still in them, and those traumas still affect them as an adult. And a lot of people are stunted children. Like I call some people adult children because you never grow up out of that lifestyle. You basically that molded you into the person you are.
Without some healing, yeah.
Without acknowledgement that you have a problem. And so my void filler, even for not having my mother in my life, was always getting up under a woman and whatever I had to do to keep you and like, I'll forgive you for everything because I forgave my dad for everything. I'll do this for you just so you're comfortable, so you stay around. And it was just unhealthy. It was unhealthy. I had no boundaries, none whatsoever. And people are like, Tony, how are you single? Like, you are such a good woman. Yeah, people take good people for granted. For sure. They take good people for granted. Like,
but you know, I would say we take our own selves for granted.
Yes.
A person only can love us how we love ourselves.
That's
so they're
very
matching
true.
our love. We're taking ourselves for granted because 1, we stay, 2, we deal, 3, we don't set those boundaries. And the part you said about boundaries, it can show up in many different ways because my mom was present and I had no boundaries. I had to fight for her love because my mom really gave me away twice. Like, don't get the beautiful story twisted. I was with that family because she gave me to that family. But
Okay.
prior to that, she gave me to her grandmother. So I was raised by my great grandmother. Then when she passed, I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina to this family. Now
Mm-hmm.
she was there, but my family would tell you we was raised like sisters.
Mm.
But I knew that was my
That's
mother.
so crazy.
Yeah. So the thing is, I understand what you're saying when you're saying, as in, you had that you're looking for that love because you feel that it wasn't there because of the absence
Yeah.
of your mother. But some parents are present and you're still missing it.
True.
Yeah.
Then
That's
I
true.
wanted to ask you a question about something you said earlier when you said about how your dad showed you love. And that's so profound because I think now that a lot of us is going through shadow work and healing and all of that, we it took us a while to accept how that person was their ability to show
Yep.
love.
Yep.
Not because, and I think some of us feel like, well, I wanted to be loved like this, but you're like, but they couldn't do it, but they did the best
Yeah.
they could. And it
Mm-hmm.
helps you forgive them easier because him making sure you was with him was his way
Yes.
of showing
Oh,
love.
he always, that's the thing. He always kept me with him now.
But you
Was
did the
not
same
able
thing with
to take care of, I don't think he was even able to take care of himself, but he was always in that way, like,
mhm.
I'm going to make sure that my daughter is always with me. And I was adopted. He had his own children that he never had with them. So for me, we had that soul connection already. I chose him
Yeah.
and he chose me.
Yeah.
So it was easier for me to forgive my dad. The issue came in when I found out that my mother gave me up. The abandonment issue hit
Ah,
like a brick. And I
gotcha.
was a very suicidal teenager. No one knew. I was very depressed young woman, had 4 children, 4 different men, four different, back to back, very just lost. And honestly, I don't even know who that person is to this day. I'm not
Mm.
that woman. I can't even look back and say I knew who she was.
Mm-hmm.
But what you said, for me, it was me learning I didn't love myself
Right.
because I didn't have boundaries and I let people treat me like trash and I didn't know my worth and I did not love myself. So I dedicated like the last 3 years to loving myself and putting more into myself and pouring more into myself and setting boundaries. And I'm at a place in life where I'm so peaceful that no one
Mhm.
is coming in and that's where the dating comes in because now I'm like, I don't want to date nobody. And
Right.
that's where
Like
I
you
think a
cough
lot of
wrong.
people
I don't want to
are.
be bothered. You messing up my
I don't
peace because you coughed.
I don't want to be bothered. Any little thing I see wrong, I'm out of
Mhm.
there. Like I don't want, and I'm also a healer naturally. I'm a healer. Um, I have gifts that only God can give you, intuition, all of that. So for me, I could see a person's soul when they step into my environment. I can read the room. I can read energy, and I had an attraction and an addiction to broken people. I really
Mm.
did. I had it like it was like my duty to heal them.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
That's how I felt.
Sure.
Now I don't want none of that. I don't
Yeah.
want to do none of that. I don't want no parts. I'm here. You need a shoulder to cry on. But as far as laying down with a broken person, and I'm a broken person, it doesn't mix well,
Yeah.
especially
Did
between women.
Did you ever get a understanding with your mom on why?
Um, I'm actually glad you asked me that. I did. I believe when I was about because I harbored a lot of anger in my life with her,
Sure.
and it wasn't that I was angry with her, but it wasn't until recently, like we said, a person can only take care of you or deal with you to the capacity they can deal with themselves.
Yep.
So with my mother around 33, I realized like to heal this broken inner child in me, I got to talk to my mom
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because also have 2 brothers. She did decide to give all of us up. She did keep my little brother for a while, but um, I once I started to learn like about childhood traumas, and I wanted to learn her story to kind of figure out where she was in life in those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I did write her a letter, and I let her know how hurt I was as a child. Imagine learning at 12 your cousin is your mom, and nobody's like, "Do you need help? Are you okay with that thought? Do you?" It's like, "Oh, your cousin's your mom."
Wow. Yeah.
Typical
That's
black
crazy to
family
me.
stuff. No therapy, no
Yeah.
nurturing behind it, no, and it's just like, okay, what am I supposed to do with that as a
Yeah.
kid? Like, what am I
Yeah.
supposed to do with that? So I did write her a letter. We sat down and talked. I learned a little bit about my mother and what she went through as a child. She lost her mother at 2, so she didn't grow
Oh,
up with a mother.
okay.
Um, and she was house to house, you know, aunts and uncles, and just didn't really have a stable environment when she was a child, and had a lot of abuse and trauma happen to
Mhm.
her. And I forgave her instantly. I'm like, you were in no way, shape, or form able to
Right.
be his mother.
Yeah.
You were
Right.
numb. You didn't even have the nurturing in you to you. But I love her because she carried me. She didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mhm.
She could have made the choice to say, I can't take care of no kids, so I'm here because of her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the grace that I give her. And the forgiveness became instantly like
Yeah.
hearing her story. I said, I can't be mad at you now. Our relationship is not there. I think because, in your 30s, you never had that relationship with your parent. I'm not one to try and like gain one because of where I am and where she is mentally. We're just on two different levels. And that's another thing I am very conscious of now when it comes to dating or letting anybody in my life is their energy. If
Mm-hmm.
your energy don't match mine, if we can't talk about aliens, the stars, spirituality, the universe, God, all the weird shit I talked about, we ain't there. We ain't on the same
But
level.
you
And
know, people energies change, right? Because people can fake it for a
Yeah.
good little minute
Representative.
and
Yeah.
they get what they
I
want.
am
So
glad you said that because people do. People are chameleons. So I've had people come into my life by watching me, thinking they know who I am, fake that energy, and 3 months later, never fails. You see a person's true colors, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, but it's about watching those little flags.
Yeah.
You see them beforehand,
Yeah.
and some I used to ignore the shit out of them. Like I used to be like, it's okay. Like no, I'm not ignoring that no more.
Right. Excuse them
No,
away. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What I hear you saying, Tony, and it's very important. I know a couple people have chimed in already, and it seems to be very helpful for them. From what I'm understanding about you and your dating life, as what it looks like, from a young adult, your trauma taught you how to survive, right?
Oh
mhm.
yeah,
Now, the
yes.
tools that you learn in terms of how to survive, you carry those tools into relationship. Can you
Mhm.
think of a couple different ways to kind of help us better understand what those things were so that we can either look at them, like you said, assess and say, this does not serve me, or, oh, okay, I like when you do this, or anything that stands out in terms of what you learn from surviving into dating?
What do you mean as far as like situations?
Yeah. So
Okay.
sometimes, if a person is overly a love bombing, right? Sometimes people receive that as, oh, they must really love me. They're gonna be with me
Mhm,
forever. And then they
mhm.
imagine 10, 20 years from now, and really it's just something they do.
Very, yeah, yeah. It's just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Very temporary. Um, I mean, I can say in my female relationships, and I try to take more accountability. Because in my female relationships, it's so sad to say, I always tend to attract the people that I watched growing up. So no one in my family, unless real quick, I'm gonna circle back to survival. That's one big reason I am the way that I am now because I wanted to get out of survival mode. I am
Okay.
no longer in survival mode. I am in a place that I never thought I could get to in my life. I never thought that this place existed because I grew up in survival. I mean, as a child, cooking, cleaning, taking care of a grown man, my dad, helping my grandma make money, and like, so in my relationships, I really, even dating females, I hate to say this, but I always dated people that just didn't have their lives in order. Like,
Okay.
they just didn't have, it was always chaotic, because that's all I knew growing up is my dad hopping from woman to woman, him
Mm,
not having a job, nothing. These women taking care of him. And I'm like, he's a bum. Like, y'all see that this man ain't got no job, ain't had a job in 2 years, and you just okay with taking care of him? Like, my dad was a drug addict, alcoholic, drunk every night.
yeah.
So when you see that as a kid and these women are still loving him and taking care of him, I don't know if I thought it was okay or what, but I've attracted people that just did not have their lives in order. I'm a big person on energy, though, like I said, and people are mirror images of what you need to heal within yourself.
Ah,
So once I figured that
100%
out,
agree.
good point.
that I was dating these broken, like stagnant, almost like it was like they were designed for me in a sense. Like, we're gonna throw everything, spirit, like we're gonna throw every traumatic thing you learned as a kid in your face as a grown woman. And if you don't get it, then you just gonna keep going through this.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like NPCs, like it's a game. We're gonna keep throwing the same person at you. Same person, same person. You keep doing the same things, you ain't gonna get no different results. So
That's a good point. Yeah.
it was very toxic. I was in very bad domestic violence relationships with men. And then end up coming to very bad domestic violence for situations with women. So just those things. But again, I blame myself, because now the spiritual me, the higher self, can look down and say, them was literally, those were people put in your life so you could see yourself,
Oh,
because you didn't love yourself. Obviously, I did not love myself. So I tell anybody, and not to sound like, because I'm just speaking from my experience. I never
sure.
know more than anybody else. But I tell people first and foremost that if you're if you're going to bed crying every night, if you're questioning yourself, if you have to get out on your knees and pray to God that this person stops doing you wrong. And I've been in really dark places in my life. I never want a person to have that much power over me ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. So just watching, and even our intuition as women, we know when something is not for us. And if you feel more so that you have to hold on to that to fill a void, or you need someone to complete you or love you to feel loved, and you don't feel that for yourself, then I'm gonna tell any woman, man, too, like, you need to be by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Where did
that's
the
the thing,
work?
they don't know how to, though.
That's true. That's
They
true.
don't know how to be by themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where that awareness comes for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people that are not even conscious. They're not even aware. They're walking around thinking that this life, this is okay. This is what, this is what I am used to. This is what I know. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people create chaos when it's not there, because
Yeah,
that's what they're used to.
comfortable. Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
So
Um,
when did the healing part come in?
Honestly, you know what? My spiritual awakening for me was when my dad died.
Mm-hmm.
My dad died when I was 29, and I swear I dreamt of my dad's death before he died.
Oh wow.
And after y'all might think I'm crazy, but that's why I said this is where them gifts come in. I kid you not, after my dad died, probably about 6 months later, I was in such a deep depression. I actually was sleeping on a friend's couch. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to go to work, because my dad ultimately was my best friend. That was my first love. So even though he was, had his demons, that
Yeah.
man still, like, I looked at him as my hero. Like, he saved me when I could have went anywhere, but my dad got me, took me in. My dad is my mother's first cousin. So, that dynamic, finding out he wasn't my biological father also and all that. Um, you just look at these situations and you're just like, that man, ultimately that man did what he needed to do. So I never was angry with my dad, never was angry with him. But 6 months later, I'm in a drunken state. And a lot of people like telling you crazy. I seen my father 6 months after he died in the flesh, standing right in front of me. And I kid you not, I thought I was like, I'm standing up, I'm thinking I'm tripping, covering, like wiping my eyes. And my father walked up to me, gave me the biggest hug. And it was an energy I never felt in my life ever on this planet. Never felt it. Instantly, I was like, oh yeah, my dad left here because he knew he was crippling me. That was
Mhm.
it. I felt that, like, my dad could get anything he wanted from me, toxic and all. We argue about it, everything. I just felt I owed him something, and I felt in that moment like I left here so you can wake up.
So he released you in a way.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's
That's good.
crazy because he
Yeah.
has other children. He has my sons, which were his grandchildren. And I felt that, and I was like, it's time for me to wake up.
Sure.
Like, so I started from there. It hasn't been perfect,
Right.
but where
Mhm.
I am now, I was not here at 27, 28. I was very broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like little Tony is in a much better place in terms of healing, or does she still have some work to do?
I honestly feel like I put little Tony to rest. I
Okay.
let her I let her go in a sense of the parts of me that kept her dormant and was in there screaming and I need you to get me out. I need you to heal me. I need you to, I I go to Reiki. I have meditation sessions all the time. And probably last year, my meditation session was me hugging that little girl, me
Oh,
hugging myself as a child, um, and telling her, we're okay now. Like, we're
Mhm.
good.
I love that.
And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that all those aspects of you are still there. They're still
Mm-hmm.
around.
Yeah.
In whatever field you can't see them, but in that state, I was just like, we're good now. Like, it's okay. You don't have to. As an adult, when you're looking for chaos, like I said, if things are so peaceful and you are like, where's the chaos? Like, there's nothing going on. This is weird. It should not be weird. That stuff is peaceful. This
Right.
is
And
weird.
calm.
Like, I
Yeah.
gotta find something, some situation. I gotta help somebody. I gotta find a broken person. Like, last year, I was just like, I'm cool. Like, I'm finally in a pit. I can be by myself. I can sleep by myself.
Mhm.
I can go on dates by myself. I go out by myself all the time. Take myself to the movies, out to eat. I don't know if it's heading to 40, what they say every decade is different, but
Yeah, it is.
It is
I'm
definitely.
my 40s. I don't even. There ain't nobody gonna want to talk to me. I'm like,
Mhm.
No, we don't want to put that energy out there.
Right.
I
I'll
know,
change
but
that.
I'm
It's
just
just more
saying,
nap time in 40s. You're
it's
like,
go,
I just want to take a nap. Like, I want to go to sleep right now. And it could be
it's
at
gonna
any
be.
time. It could be 3 o'clock. It could be 12. It could be 10 a.m. You know what? I need a nap.
My bedtime is 9:30. So if you ain't ready to go to bed by 9:30, listen. No, I'm kidding. Like, I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with, though. I really am.
That's good.
It's
That's good.
Yeah, but I'm working on that so I can attract that energy that can handle me.
Gotcha.
So not a lot of people can handle me
Gotcha.
as far as relationships go. So you
Okay.
gonna have to come with it, or If you not a, if I can point something out to you and you can't acknowledge it, or if you're not, in that space of constant healing, because that's a constant thing where
Yeah.
it never is look where we are. Our economy sucks. People are really struggling. And like I said, when I got to a point where I was no longer struggling financially either, I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this peaceful life. I swear,
Yeah.
it's weird to me. It
I get it.
really still is right now weird to me. Nobody talks about the aftermath of healing. I was just talking about that the other day, but everybody has a story. Like, Coach, you got your story. Everybody has a story, and people don't believe my story when I tell them I got a Tyler Perry movie right around the corner. I be ready to call Tyler, like, do you need another storyline? Because I got one for you.
Right.
Like, you would never believe this storyline, and people would eat it up. But it was my journey. It made me who I am, and I'm here now. I know we was talking about dating.
Yeah.
But so let me ask y'all this. How do y'all feel about, well, y'all are married.
But we dated at one point.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I've been out there.
Like, wake up and
Wait,
say,
how
I'm
long
gay,
y'all
I'm
been
married.
married? Well, let me ask, how long y'all been married?
8 years.
7.
8 years, okay.
7.
7.
I feel like it's
I'm
longer.
gonna go with 7.
Okay.
Okay, so what do y'all do when your wives get on your nerves? And y'all know that woman moment I'm talking about, when y'all getting on each other's nerves.
For sure.
How do y'all handle that now in y'all's marriage?
So it's easier for me now, in the sense that because of my wife's job, she's a CDL driver, so she's not here all the time. So when she gets on my nerve, it's just like, okay, I'll talk to you later, and listen, in all transparency, I get on her nerve too. Trust and believe.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I said that woman moment. Yeah, on both
absolutely.
sides.
So I think that it's okay for her to be mad at me. It's okay for me to be mad at her. At the end of the day, even in my anger or me being upset with her, I still love her. That's my homegirl. That's we rock like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's that's all it is for me.
Okay.
I mean, my wife, she shuts down. I don't care, because it's not. I love my wife. We're standing in love together. So that's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But she handles hers differently. Me, I have so many headphones, it doesn't even matter to me. Plus, I do lack sympathy. I have a lot of empathy.
Okay.
But I know that about myself. I'm a problem solver. Oh, I'm a Cancer.
Oh, goodness.
I'm a Cancer, but I'm a very mature, healed Cancer.
Okay.
And so, and 2, I'm also out of sight, out of mind. Like, I don't thought about that 3 hours ago, and you still mad? Like, where are we at with that? Because in the beginning of our relationship, my wife I do have empathy. I just don't have sympathy. So my wife is, she's get mad. And I'm like, well, I'm still going to eat. So you going or not? We would go, and she's like, I'm just going to get bread, and I'm going to get this water. Let me tell you something, Tony. I have a full platter. I'm getting it. I don't care. And I mean that. I mean, I got one of them big, sharp 2-person bowls. I'm drinking it. She's sitting there mad, taking the bread, throwing it. As soon as we get home, you going to eat the rest of that? Show the hell am, because you should have ate. I don't know why you're mad. I'm going to sleep. And I'm still the same way. I will go to sleep, because if I ask you what, I am a very spiritual being. I felt the shift before you walked in. So I'm asking you, what's wrong? Nothing. Okay. I might give you a courtesy. What's wrong? She don't say nothing, then I'm gonna take it. It's nothing wrong. So I'm going to sleep. I'm going to eat. I'm going to be on TikTok. I'm going to live my life because you decided to sit in that. Now, have we grown over the time? Yes. So now things are a little bit different, where if it ain't not much different. You can still get mad. I mean, and then too, again, I'm a problem solver.
Okay.
You bring the issue to me.
Yeah.
In 5 seconds, I got 13 different ways we can figure it out. Why are we still crying? We can cry about this tomorrow, but today we're going to fix this. But then she also has to take into account that, oh, did we lose her?
No, I think somebody may have called her. Yeah.
Then we also take into account of when she's upset, if it's my fault, if she's upset because something happened on TikTok, if
Yeah.
she's upset because somebody hurt her, then
Yeah.
I know when to come in
There
there.
I am.
You
Okay.
Yeah.
know, so I think you just grow to that, and then some things are still growing because we're
Ah,
we're still growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's still a
hold on, I can't
Capricorn.
hear y'all.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
You may have to come out,
Uh,
Yeah,
go
you
out
might
and
have to
come
leave
back
and come
in.
back
Yeah.
in. And just
That's
like, with
interesting.
that Capricorn, because no Capricorn formed against me is going to prosper.
Listen, I'm right there with you.
You
But I
already
do have
know.
listen, yes, I do have a question, and I've been trying to think about this all day. Have you ever
Hmm.
confused intensity for intimacy?
Hmm.
Yeah.
was getting
Because I was going to add that I was that love bomber. I
Okay.
still
okay.
am.
Okay.
And so it's not a bad thing because I embraced that part about me once I healed from it too. Because I love I love love. Now, do I show it in different ways? Absolutely.
Got
Hmm.
Like
some
I
water,
can
somebody.
literally, yeah, you can like if you tell me, I think it was one of my friends, and even though we don't even talk that much, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this for them because I remember it's something they like.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
listen, I'm here, I'm going to make sure every desire, and I have a very good imagination. So I'm going to go all out. One of my
Hmm.
first dates with my wife before she became my wife, I went and bought off Craigslist a brand new massage table, set up the entire house like a spa, everything for one night, just to get cooked dinner. I even went, I made sure I got her favorite salad dressing from where she was at the Olive Garden. I went to bought it from the store, had the decorated all like I love bomb the hell out of you. But the unhealed of me part, the one that we cry because you couldn't give it back to me
Yeah.
Mm.
and you didn't know how to love me back. So
Yeah.
when I got healed, because I realized that's how I used to try to get my mama to love me. She was her love language was gift giving. Excuse me, was gifts.
Yeah.
My love language is gift giving
Hmm.
because I realized that's the only way I could get my mama attention. I had to come in there, whether it was a good grade or whether it was some roses, because that was her thing, whether it was a figurine, that was the only way I can get her attention to look at me out of everything. So
Yeah.
I did take the unhealed part, and I'm in these girl relationships where I'm giving, giving, giving. I'm like, I don't even want that back. I just want you to acknowledge the love that I gave in it. And you can go get me a goddamn
You didn't
clamshell
care.
off
You
the
didn't care what,
ground,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
holding on to it forever. She gave me this glim, and I done gave you a whole house. I don't match money. I don't match weight because that's not what I'm asking for you.
Yeah.
What I'm at, so we had to, yeah. So being a love bomber ain't bad because I don't want you to throw away the love bomber, Tony. When the love bomber comes in and you think it's a little flag, no, that person that just made the way they speak love. I hear
Well,
love.
I'm looking
They
for
act
a
for
love
service.
bomber too. Not a love bomber, but I'm looking for somebody to do something for me like that,
Right.
okay? Because
And then when
I
you
really was so like, honestly, I did not know my own worth to where I wasn't even getting taken out on dates.
Oh wow.
mhm.
Women was just like, you got a
These
house,
girls
you got
was
a
not
good
dating
job, you
you.
got a car, you going you and they ain't got nothing. Oh,
She
they was
was
just
dating them
shacking up with
studs
me
with
in
the trash
2.5
bags.
seconds.
She
Like,
was dating them studs with the trash bags we used to talk about.
I
But
can't believe that.
you would you wouldn't believe that. That's what I'm saying. People would not believe. And no, again, no shade to them because they were all going through their own stuff. Their own, it's hurt people hurting people.
Yes.
They were
Yeah.
going through their own stuff. I like to think in some ways I made a great impact on their life.
Okay.
And
you did.
you
You had
know,
a
my
house. You let
exes
them
do
stay
tell
there.
me like you are a very good woman. Like I'm not a cheater. I'm not a disloyal person. I'm a Capricorn. We're loyal to the T.
Okay, she got to
Like
go. I just
loyal
said no
to
Capricorn formed against me shall prosper. Listen, I'm not. She
what's
got to
wrong with
go. Let's
Capricorns?
wrap this show up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm married to one, and my 5-year-old is one.
You know what? I was about to ask you if you had a Capricorn, but
That's why I
I
gotta go
didn't
far.
want to
That's why
go
I got
there.
to sit in the car because I'm like, yeah, I
But you
can't.
know
I'm not
what?
being a.
Cancers are we're supposed to be compatible, Capricorns and Cancers.
No, me and my soulmate who is in the chat too, my LS, we're compatible. Me and my wife, we ain't getting rid of this. because she's
Okay.
mean to me.
Well, let
She
me
is
tell you
mean.
something. What? Look, let me stand up for her real quick. We are earth signs. So we are very grounded, and people
No, y'all
take it
not.
as being mean. No,
Y'all
people
mean.
take it as being mean.
Y'all are mean.
We're not. We're just straightforward and blunt. And not people don't like that. People like enablers and sugarcoaters and
But y'all
I
want it sugar coated. That's the issue. Y'all
listen.
are crybaby thugs. And it's sitting there like,
Crybaby
well,
thugs.
you can sit there and punch and jab everybody. But as soon as I punch you back, and I was gonna punch your ass back, then it's well, you ain't have to say it like that. You
Well,
wait a minute.
that old delusional me used to be like that. I'm not like that no more. But I do feel like sometimes I do I can come off as I know it all. And I can come off as a very blunt. You ain't have to say it like that because my best friends be telling me that all the time. But my two best friends are a Virgo and a Capricorn. So when you got best friends that are
Because
like
y'all can
you,
be petty.
we
That's it. Virgos and Capricorns. Listen, Shay got her petty boo. That's all they do. They just petty together. They connect. Me, I'm sitting there like,
yeah,
okay, let's not do that.
yeah.
But then I got my over the top.
Oh,
Now
I
I got
know
my
about
over the top.
cancers. My dad was a cancer. My biological mother is a cancer. My son is a cancer.
We're
My ex
perfect.
was a cancer.
We're
Oh, I know
perfect.
all about them. I know all about them.
Let me tell you, I'm telling you, there's going to be we're going to be entitled to compensation real soon because I'm gonna tell my story about Capricorn
But you
and
know
I'm
what's
going to file a
crazy?
claim.
Everybody that's married to a Capricorn always tells me, even though they get on my nerves, I ain't leaving them. Every
I
time.
need a support group.
Every time. What you say? I'm not leaving. You ain't leaving.
No, because you know what,
I
spiritual,
know you
not
ain't
just because
leaving.
I'm in love with my wife, but it's more to that. It's because spiritually we have so many things interconnected. There's no
Okay.
point
Yeah.
on missing out on all of the good that's going to come out of life by us
Yeah.
being together. And
Yeah.
the fact that we have a beautiful family and it took us a while to get here. Now,
Hmm.
granted, do I plan on, her nursing home days? Yes, I plan that weekly. I almost declared her missing the other day, but I will help. I will help to find her. She'll be right
You gonna
downstairs in
help.
the basement. I will
Wait,
help to
when's her
find her.
birthday? When's her birthday?
December
12/22.
the 22nd,
Oh,
Yeah.
she a December Capricorn too. Now
and
they
then I
are
got a
me.
January the 17th one.
My birthday is January 17th.
It's time to go. We have 48 minutes. I really think it's time to go.
Yes.
Why
See,
would you do this?
it was
Like, come
me.
on
It
now.
was
I did not
me.
know that.
No, it
I did not
wasn't.
know that.
But I can guarantee you it's a difference between that December one and that January one. I can guarantee you that. It's a
It is a
difference.
big difference because she's more Sagittarius because she's literally on the day
Right.
Sagittarius changed it
Yep.
to. But let me tell you, she know how to get them hairs on the side of my head, and I be like, okay, let me plug in my new headphones because they can't noise canceling.
Don't do us, okay? You rock with us, Capricorns. That's how I know you rock with us. You rock with us.
No,
Don't
I was tricked. I was
you
tricked.
you weren't. You
I married
weren't.
my stalker, and she done threw this baby on me, so I gotta stay.
Listen, is she watching right now? Because we
Yeah,
She
she
going
on
is.
here.
I'm gonna do my big one for the Capricorns and put it just like that. You ain't going nowhere, so it don't
I
even
ain't
matter
going
what you're
nowhere.
talking about. So
It
yeah,
costs too much, and it's
exactly.
cold outside. We just hit this winter. It's cold, and it costs too much. And I done finally got us in a budget that we know.
But that's a successful home because one thing about a Capricorn, we gonna get that money. We some hustlers, okay? And that January 17th, baby, let me tell you, that's a little kid. Is that
Yeah.
your daughter? You said?
3 or 4?
God.
What?
Yeah, she's 5.
Oh
5,
yeah,
yeah.
she gonna be a boss. Guarantee it.
Oh, always.
Guarantee
She always.
it.
But you know
Guarantee it.
what? And I make sure that because I see that value in her.
And nurture
And
that.
so I make sure because I mean, right now she's being homeschooled. And when I'm talking contract, she talking contract. When
Exactly.
when
She
her
gonna
mother
be a
goes out,
boss.
exactly. But at the end of the day, it don't change the attitude. My wife did not tell me that attitude was going to pass down. That was not the legacy that we discussed. I wanted her looks. I did not want the attitude, and it's
Well,
not fair.
well, you
And she
know.
likes skin.
Oh, see.
Both of them. See, it's a problem. Look, I digress. Let me get me a drink.
So, Tony,
I
I'm
need
gonna ask you the
coffee.
same question while Jay calm down. You good though? You good?
I
Uh,
got her started.
right, right. Have you ever mistaken intensity for intimacy?
What do you mean?
So sometimes, like I have a perfect example. Like
Uh-oh.
back when I was dating, some very, very many years ago,
Oh God.
I was already with someone else, right? But they were in another state, and so I was very friendly to other people, right? And so sometimes these women would be very receptive, and then sometimes they would, push me away because they knew that I was with someone else. Well, but I never broke any rules, right? I bend a lot,
Mhm.
but I didn't break any. My point in saying that is that I found this lady years later, right? We were connected on Facebook, and I did some things that was like completely really off the Richter scale, right? Like it was just too crazy. So basically, I just called her and told her, I said, "Listen, I don't know who you with, but whoever you with, understand when I come back to Florida, then I'm pursuing you. I don't care what y'all got going on." That's what I
Okay,
told her,
come
right?
on
I meant that. But when we did get together, oh my God, I couldn't get rid of her fast enough. Like it was just too much.
now.
But I mistaken the intensity of our relationship for intimacy.
I
Never
get
did that
that.
again.
Okay.
I get that.
I think that's a lot of lesbians' problems,
Yeah.
and the younger ones especially.
She
Because
called you a lesbian.
I had a podcast called Let's Be Honest. And when I tell you I do my research down to the point where I got into why we fall so fast for the lustful side, thinking it's love, is a chemical reaction. Like that feeling that you chasing when you excited. This woman I got her. Like
Yeah.
I've been wanting her and I got her. And then you're chasing the dating and the so I think that first initial week or two
Mhm.
where women think they're I'm in love, girl. Oh my God. No, you are not. Because
You
2 months
infatuated.
from now, y'all
Yes.
gonna be arguing so bad. One of y'all gonna be put through the wall. And then
Yes.
y'all gonna be talking about y'all can't stand each
Man, I could not get rid of that lady fast enough. That was a
Because you done put
horrible.
you done hoodoo that woman.
Man,
Listen.
listen. I wanted what I wanted what I wanted, but listen, God will show you. Sometimes you don't want what you
Hmm.
want.
And watch what you
Right.
ask for. Watch
Exactly.
what you ask for, because you will get it.
Yes.
And then once you get it, I don't
And
want
you
to hear you
got it.
complaining. Like now you complaining because you got it, what you've been
Yeah.
asking for. But
Yes.
no, I think that is a huge,
It's a
huge.
lesbian thing to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
it's a,
it's too much.
Yeah.
it's a lesbian thing, but it's something that we like. I strongly want to continue to talk about, to download it in people's heads, because sometimes it gets to be too much. It
Yes.
gets very toxic between women. Women, uh, they love bomb, they trauma bond, they
That's
think
it.
that toxic energy, the intensity that you might think is too much. They think, oh, I'm showing you, I want you. This is how I live. Like that's all trauma responses that people need to know. Like
Yeah.
Right.
keep this in the back of your head. It takes time to to know somebody, and realistically, that's where I'm at in my life. Like
Hmm.
I never want to jump back into a serious relationship with anybody. We need to date. We need to court
But
each other. We need to. I need to see you in probably like 2 or 3 seasons
see, that's the
before.
whole thing. Nobody knows courting because that's the thirsty now. Because when you try to be chivalrous and take the young lady out, then it's you. I was called thirsty. This is way before my wife. Let's go and put that out there. And this young lady, when I moved to Baltimore, she was like, "Oh, you being thirsty?" I said, "Because I offered to take you out to dinner, and you know what? I am thirsty. Let me back up. Because what we're not going to do is try to shame me.
Hmm.
Exactly.
We don't know how to date. We don't know because we've never dated ourselves. So I don't even know what I like. All I
Exactly.
know is out of the 20 things on my checklist, you got one in the possible, and I'm in love. And
Yep.
plus, plus you showed me that attention because all of us at some point was attention seekers. And somebody saw me and now I'm into it. But I think that is a great conversation because lesbians need to slow the heck down. It's
They
too
really
much.
do.
And then now
Yeah.
they're killing each other, and we ain't got time for that
Yeah.
because it's like
Exactly.
it's never that serious. Now, when
No.
we like, it was one lady on TikTok. She was like, You ever just want to be around your girl and don't want to go to work? I said, when I was 15, when I was 17, I'm a
Let
grown
you
woman
not
with a
go to work
mortgage. I'm
because of
going
me,
to work.
baby.
You're
Oh,
going to
we
work
can't
too.
talk no more. Because if I'm gonna affect your life in your money, oh no, because I'm
But
not
they
missing my
like that.
ticket.
Me and my wife had that conversation. I don't want to be homeless in love with you. Like, I don't see that. Like, it's no. And she's like, well, I wouldn't leave. I understand where we are now. You wouldn't leave. But if we were dating and neither one of us had our own domicile and stuff like that, no,
Right.
it just wouldn't have. No matter if I stayed at your house 24/7, I always had my own.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Always had my
That
own.
part. That
And
part.
and I think with the maturity level, especially, I don't know if you into studs or whatever, majority of them, I think,
I
and
attract I attract more studs, masculine women.
I can
But
see that.
I don't really have a preference. I just attract more masculine women.
But I think me and Keisha have a different expectation for them than we do films,
Yes.
because we see them in a different space
Mm-hmm.
based off of how we see ourselves, and they
Hmm.
trash because there's no way you're staying with your girl in your grandma house and y'all don't have a plan, like, oh, our apartment to be ready tomorrow,
Or
or you
playing
got a
Both
trash
of us
together.
can't
bag.
be homeless. Like both of us,
There's no homeless
both of
in
us.
love. This is
Like
not the Real Housewives of the Homeless. We're not doing that.
Right.
yeah. And some people are comfortable there because of probably their upbringing. If your
Yeah.
grandmama letting you stay at her house at both of y'all at that age, it's a problem. So it comes with, but you are absolutely right. That in the masculine presenting women, in the studs, I have had the most trouble with. And that being, I'm also a Capricorn, so you know how stern and independent and strong we
Yeah,
are.
you're a man in a skirt. That's what
And
it
I
is. Just be
and I
honest.
and I can
You're a
say
man in a skirt.
my position, I've always been a survivor. I learned how to hustle real early because I had to take care of myself. And I'm a mother of 4 sons. So I've had to be a mother and a dad.
Okay.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm
You're
not
you're
playing no
the head of the
games.
household. So then, therefore,
And
yeah. So
always
with that,
been that.
you're going to attract the weaker studs who they don't have that footing. It would
Well,
be
they
challenging to
also
you if you
get
got somebody who had
intimidated.
their footing.
Yes,
Exactly.
they get intimidated really easy. It's almost like a power struggle,
Struggle.
which
Yeah.
it really isn't because I am a gentlewoman. I do like to court. I do like to. I'm bougie too. Like I make good money. We gonna go out to eat and
Right.
dine good. We gonna go on
But
trips.
if she can't
I'm also
reciprocate it, we ain't going nowhere.
I'm learning that. You know what? My stepdaughter at 26 years old told me I need to learn how to let people do stuff for me because I will pick up a check real quick before
No.
anybody. I said, and that's why I said I got to take my part in it too. I set the tone for that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a boss. So to me, I got it. I got it.
No. And they like that. That's the reason why they're going to keep saying, "Oh, you're a good woman because you did everything
That's
that
a
you
good point.
wanted
I'm not
done."
doing that no more. That's
No,
a part of
because
you.
you
I'm not doing
exactly.
that no more.
And my
If
thing
you
is,
can't
if
pick up
you
the check first, don't talk to me.
and not just that, if you take somebody on a date and you take them to Ruth Chris and they think that's the finest, I got questions, because I'm like, okay, wait, maybe let's talk about this. And I'm gonna tell now, my wife, she's a very pricey young lady,
Oh, I
and
know.
my daughter is worse.
Oh,
But
I
when we
know.
first met, well,
Capricorn.
what do we like? When we first met, we went to some restaurant, and the first thing she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just order chicken wings." I said, "I didn't bring you here for that. You better find something that you can't pronounce." And we've been
Oh,
good ever since, because
and that's why
we
Capricorns and Cancers are good together because
no, we're
y'all
not.
are very high. No, y'all are very high maintenance too. Fine dining, all that. I'm a bougie woman. I like fine dining. I like the top notch stuff. I'm already in my mansion in my head, and I need a maid, a butler, a driver,
She
and a
asked for this the other
helicopter.
day.
Somebody
Absolutely
to
not.
no.
I've
That's
had
where I'm
enough.
at in my mind. So for
I
me,
can't.
I literally, what you're saying, I'm that, and it's just like a lot of women are intimidated by that, and they can't. I guess when they can't reciprocate that, I should say, it becomes an issue. It
I
becomes
really
an issue.
think, I really think me, Keisha, along with some of our other friends, need to host a forum because it's like when we're in those relationships, it's not a role or a dynamic, but we truly feel like one, if I can't put my name on plastic, I can't really put my name on you. That's one.
Mhm.
Two, I'm like when I told my wife, I'm inviting you. I built my name up. I'm inviting you into my life. So why would I shortchange you when I'm used to this? Now I'm more expensive than my wife.
Oh, I
I've
know.
been on
Y'all
my own
characters
since
is
I was
something
15.
else.
Like, so it's I've never said no to myself. So why would I get into a relationship to where I have to say no now?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I agree.
So I think we really may need to consider that and hold something because some of these studs I've seen are like, I'm embarrassed for you to even be in this community. And I
That's
don't
what
even
I'm
really
talking about.
identify as that. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
also has a lot to do with, and again, this is me and my podcast. I used to dig deep into stuff and talk to different people. I think with the more masculine presenting women, it also has to do with that toxic masculinity stigma too. So they
Mhm.
feel like because they're dating a woman like myself that I want a man or I want you to be manly. And if you can't be that, then you're gonna do everything in your power to mess that up. Like I'm just gonna sabotage
Mm,
this because I can't be what I think you want me to be. And really,
I get that.
I don't care if you wear men's clothes or women's clothes, you're a woman to me. I want you to be yourself. I don't want you to, me personally, I don't want my woman to have to take out the trash. That's what I got 4 sons for. I don't want you to have to change oil in a car, change a tire. I don't want your hands getting dirty. I want you to be just as pretty as me. So
See,
I'm never gonna ask my woman, can you take the trash out? No. What?
no, I
I'm never
get
gonna
that.
ask my woman to mow the lawn. Unless that's what she likes to do, I'm never going to ask my woman to do no manly things.
But see, and I think that's where you have to define manly because now I used when we first
The
moved into our
stigma
house,
of what
yeah,
manly
the
is.
stigma. When we
Yeah.
first moved to the house, I wanted to keep up with the next door neighbor and was out there mowing. They got me one round. After that, that man come around every 10 days. Sir, there you go.
Exactly. Look,
I'm not out
exactly.
there no more.
Exactly. It's
Mhm.
just the stigma, like
Yeah.
the stigmas that really keep people entrapped in those labels. I don't like labels. I'm not a label person. Honestly, in my lifetime, and a lot of people are surprised, but not really. If you follow me, you know I've tried poly relationships. I would try an open
Ooh.
relationship. I'm an open person, but ultimately I do want to be with my person. So, but you never know what that really looks like. You just it's case by case situation. If you force yourself in a box, that's the box you're going to stay in. But I'm a very free, open, natural person. So I've been in too many relationships. I call them situationships. They were never real relationships to me. Too many situationships to know that, you know, and I could ask y'all this too if y'all have ever felt this from your wives. Women are women are the biggest manipulators on this planet.
For
I don't
sure.
care what nobody
Especially
says.
a
Men
cancer
don't
one.
have the mental capacity to be true manipulators. Men manipulate because women allow them to. Women really know how to manipulate. A woman could be cheating on a man for 20 years. He would never know. A man could be cheating on that woman for 2 weeks. She gonna find out quick.
Hmm.
So for me, dating women, um, now I don't like when a woman tries to manipulate me. That's the biggest turn off for me. If you come in and I sense that you're a chameleon, I sense that you're love bombing, I sense that you're trying to change yourself to be who you think I want you to be,
Mhm.
I cannot date you.
Hmm.
I tell people if you're impressionable for me, I don't want to deal with you because I'm never going to know who you really are. I like authentic people. And I can even respect honesty, complete honesty. I respect that. It's what you said. Some people come in as chameleons trying to like figure the way into your heart and your life. And once they see that you are really who you say you are and walk it like you talk it, females are like, I don't know if it's their true colors come out or, they can't keep up with the healing aspect. I know a lot of women, for me, didn't want to heal. So
it was more comfortable for them to stay
we
where they were.
clashed, because I am a healer naturally. Like, we need to sit down and talk about this and figure out how you can move forward from it instead of being stuck in it. No, it's rare, and it might be just rare because I'm just now getting to that point of healing. But for me, it's rare to find people that will say, you know what, meditation. Let me check that out. Reiki. Let me see what that is. Or
wouldn't that be impressionable though? Because if they've never had the experience, and you're introducing them to the experience, you will want them to be impressionable to where they're not closed-minded about it. Now, even though Capricorns are extremely closed-minded, y'all don't want to try anything new. What I'm saying is that, like, for example, I hate musicals. I'm not sitting there.
I do not like a musical.
But my wife loves them. So I made sure I found tickets in Brooklyn, took all the way to New York. Now, granted, this show was good because Nene Leakes was in it. It was Cinderella. I enjoyed it, but it was just too much singing. But if I wasn't impressionable enough, my true self is I'm not going there. But then that would have took away her experience on something she likes and me making sure as her partner getting what she likes.
I don't consider that impressionable though. I consider that a compromise. Like, I consider that you being open-minded to, something new. So when I say impressionable, I mean, someone hearing me say, well, I like a woman with, with lashes or nails, and you don't typically do that, and you do it, and I know that's not who you are, that's impressionable to me. You being someone you're not. Now, being open-minded, and let's just say if I know someone who's battling depression, and I say, hey, how I've battled this issue is through meditation. If you want to try it, then I can introduce that to you. I don't think that's impressionable. I think that's someone wanting to try something different to heal. However that looks, it doesn't even have to be meditation or Reiki. It could be journaling. It could be therapy. However that looks. That's what I mean. Not in a sense of, I want you to do what I tell you to do. Even though we are bossy, I know.
Too much.
We are, but it's always in a good way.
No, it's not. Why are we sitting here lying? Like we're going to sit here and lie. Let's at least lie with a straight face.
Good way. Because for me, now December Capricorns and January Capricorns are different, but I have always been a catalyst in people's lives. And I've never not made money with the people I love. I love you and we rocking you in my circle.
It's about money, and that's what drives them. I get that, but Cancers do listen. But my no is a no because I done thought of 18 different ways on why it was a no, and my yes is a yes, and I'm dead set on that. If I say no, I literally thought about it, 100,000%. So she may say I never listened. No, I heard you. Still, no.
I respect people like that now. Now, back in the day, that would piss me off. But I do respect people like that now because that's how I am. My no is a no. And when I say no, don't ask me unless you're my kids. Now, my kids, they don't take me serious at all. They can get it. I tell them no 50 times. They going to get it. But I respect people like that. I really do. I just feel like, people have this bad, I think people have this bad stigma of Capricorns, but they love us so much. Like they love us so much. To be
Listen,
like, I can't stand
I can't wait for
Capricorns,
compensation because
but we'll be with you for 10, 20 years.
I ain't got
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah,
choice.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you couldn't stand me.
And when that sign up come up on Facebook, have you seen her? Five, she's 5'5", 190 pounds. She's
It'll
last
never
seen.
happen. It'll never happen. You be
I
you
would
be
make her.
crying more. You be crying more than anybody.
I
It'll
would,
never
and
happen.
I'm going to go through all emotions, but I would fake up a flyer and put it up there real quick.
That's
Well,
the best
listen.
household to be in right now. That's the
Okay.
money making household right there. Can
Yeah.
I be adopted? Because your household, that's the money making household right there.
We already got 2 30s and a 29-year-old and a 22 and an 18 and 13 and 5. No,
No, he
we're
said no.
full.
But
We're full.
Because I'll be bringing four things right behind me.
And we
So
got 10
you right.
grandkids. We're
You
full.
right.
oh wow, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
Well,
right.
listen,
But no,
ladies.
I definitely I want to come back on here again
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have the
Because
conversation.
you brought up the poly, we need to talk about
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I would love for us, I know you mentioned about even on your show, exploring that whole, masculine identifying, how they
Yeah.
show up.
Yep.
I think that would be dope.
It's a
yeah.
big thing. I really am a big advocate for the community, and I'm really a big advocate for the masculine presenting women, especially because most of my friends have been masculine presenting women.
Hmm.
And even the stigma of, oh, that's your friend. Are y'all sleeping together? Are y'all? No, we're not. That's a woman. At the end of the day, that's a woman.
Hmm.
But the stigma that it kind of corrupts the masculine presenting women's mind, especially at a young age. Like I want to get them young when they in their early 20s. Like, listen, just because you wear boys' clothes does not mean you have to be a boy.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
trying
don't
to
let
be a
nobody
cougar?
tell you gotta act like a boy or be a boy or stand like a boy. None of that.
That sounded like she tried to be a cougar, Fred. That's what it
You
sounded
want
like.
No,
no, no
no,
cougar
That
energy.
gave
no,
cougar.
no. But that's where
Keisha,
it starts. That's where it
Keisha, that
starts.
sounded cougarish. So
No, I said get the. I
she
should have
said,
said get them out
just
of
while
young.
they're
But
young,
no, get in
20-ish,
their ear.
that sounded cougarish. Okay, sugar mama.
That I am not. I have been a cougar before, but
Okay.
I am not a sugar mama.
It gave cougarish to me.
Yeah, yeah.
No, what I meant was, and this could go for y'all. Y'all
Okay.
can talk to the younger studs.
Right.
You know the impressionable 21,
Yeah.
20, 21 coming into their who they whatever they trying to be. I think it starts there because even when I was younger, studs thought they had to play manly roles.
Yeah. Yeah.
They,
But we do
yeah.
try to talk to them. The thing
Yeah.
is that they have their ear to other people who are doing the same things as them, doing that look
Mhm.
like them, right? They don't
Yeah.
want to. They call me OG. They don't want to listen to the OG,
Yeah.
right? Until they get into trouble, until they
Yeah.
Then they
find
call
somebody
OG.
who's right, until they meet somebody who ain't taking their BS, right? Or
Mhm.
until they run into somebody who is calling them to the carpet on their BS, right? Same thing. But yes, we do speak to them. They just don't want to listen right now. So I
That's
get it.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we do still need to have those conversations, right? And I'm still
Mhm.
open to having those conversations, and they're
Mhm.
important. But yeah, I can't deal with or subscribe to some of the things that y'all doing out here. Like your dating experience and how these women are not showing up for you in that way,
Mhm.
that just blows my mind. But I can see one or two, but dang, everybody out there like that, like what is y'all doing?
I mean, you be at them
You'd be
prides, you see
surprised.
them.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. And people say that all the time, like,
Yeah,
Tony, there's no way. And I'm like, but again, no shade to them because it was a part of me that attracted that person.
yeah,
So I always give grace and walk away with try to walk away not on bad terms
gotcha.
because there's no reason for it. We just weren't compatible. That's just that. Hopefully you learned something from me. I
Mhm.
definitely learned something from you. We're gonna call it, we're gonna call
Oh,
it a
yeah.
day.
I got
So people do have time to grow up, learn. It just might not be with you at that moment. And timing is non-existent to me. So I could meet the person in 10 years and they might be like, I'm ready for you now. What's up?
you. Hmm. I love
So
that.
Don't know about all that.
Yeah, I
Keisha and
love
I, now we talked about spinning the block and all of that kind of carrying on, and I don't think we was a fan of it. I know
Yeah,
for me, and Keisha, I want you to answer this too, but
sure.
I know for me, I'm a Cancer. I forgot you existed after we broke up.
Yeah,
And that's on God. You can walk right past, and I'm like, familiar. I swear to God,
yeah.
I don't. It's a no go for me. I don't care. My
I'm a
wife, if it wasn't for the fact that
circumstantial
we
person.
stay in the same state as one of my exes, and if it wasn't not for the fact of my nosy wife was like trying, I'm like, it was over. So
Hey, yeah,
Keisha, what is
Capricorn
your
is
position on
definitely
that?
some
I'm not.
spies,
You can
okay?
come back in 10 years, and I'm literally not going to remember you because I forgot you last year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's circumstantial. I think, like, I think
Mm-mm.
some people can leave an impression on you that you, in the back of your mind, you're like, I wonder
What?
what if. Not saying I would, because there hasn't been a time where I've gone back to a relationship.
Right.
We might have fake broke up 5, 6, 7 times, but when
That's
something was
lesbian.
really done, I was out of there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
cool. I'll ghost you, all that, and But I think there's certain people that I'm a big believer of. Divine intervention and certain people that leave an imprint on you, and if just ever in the future, if the timing is right, or if the universe aligns you to, and they got their stuff together, and you're single, just so happen to be single, or whatever the case may be. I don't believe in
No, this is not Twilight. We're not leaving impressions. But what
Yeah.
you was going to say, Keisha, because we're
Oh, I
not
was just
doing
gonna
that.
say, yeah, I don't have anybody that if I look back over my roster, there's nobody that I would go back to
Mm-mm.
revisit to see, where they are, 5 years, 10 years, or whatever. If I were not married, there's just not for me,
Mm-mm.
right? That period or that season that we shared or had time or exchanged energies or whatever, that's over, that's done. I've obviously grown and moved on, and I just choose not to revisit it. But that's
Yeah,
just me.
that's
No, and
understandable.
yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even have the desire to say, well, I'm gonna show them my new body. I'm gonna show. Mm-mm. You missed all of that, boo.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's never been a time that I've only been, believe it or not, in all my gay years, I've only been in 3 relationships. Now I've dated a lot, but I've only been in 3 relationships. And
Okay.
every time they broke up, I got a new car. I'd probably went and got another degree. I'd have moved on and moved, and it was nothing in me to say, well, let me make sure I do
You want
something for them to see it. You got
Mm-hmm.
to confine me because when I
Yeah.
say I forgot about you, it takes me too long to vomit all of that up because
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it where I'm being after once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's on
I
God.
understand that. I definitely understand that. And well, 'cause let me clarify. There's no one I was in a relationship with, that
Mhm.
like a serious relationship with, that I will ever circle back to.
Right.
Um, but again, I feel like you just never know, and that's not even a thought in my mind. Like, in my mind, I'm never like, oh, I'm waiting for such and such to like come back and be right, because no, I'm not living my life to wait for
yeah,
somebody or nothing like that.
yeah.
But I'm just saying growth and how people can grow, and
Sure.
some people can surprise you. Like, y'all are married, so y'all ain't circling back to nobody. We ain't even
Yeah.
talking about y'all two circling back to nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Well, where
I'm gonna
y'all are
circle right
right
on up
now.
them stairs, and she might
Oh,
have on some new
Your wife a
hair.
Capricorn, she will probably you talk about missing. You
yeah.
gonna come up missing. Okay. But I just feel like growth is powerful. And some people, that's why I say it's circumstantial, because you can meet someone in a very bad space in their life, and you
Mhm.
can't even help them get out of that space. They have to get themselves out of that space.
Yeah.
Right.
But when they get out that space, they could grow in a way that I did. That's why I believe
Mhm.
in growth, because I
Right.
never thought I could get to this point. I can't even express the peace, the feeling of the peace that I have. Like, it's almost like nirvana, like heaven almost. Like,
Hmm.
I can't remember the last time I didn't wake up in anxiety and
Right.
stress, and I don't anymore. So I wish that for everyone. I always wish that for any and everyone. It's all about people. And I'm gonna close this out because my best friend will text me probably 20 times about this event I'm supposed to be at.
Yeah,
But
she
I
popped in
think
already.
that oh yeah, she probably hot right now. She
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
But I said I wasn't gonna leave the conversation if it was good, and this was a good conversation. I
It
think
definitely was.
that in the sense of like survival mode and finding love, I think that people really need to sit with themselves and go within. And I'm a big firm believer of God. I really am. I believe,
Mhm.
and I believe in God a little different. You know, I believe that we are an essence of God, which ultimately makes us God itself. So if God
Mhm.
created you as an individual, it's literally God experiencing itself.
Through
So
you.
when people start thinking outside of the normal human aspect and
Mhm.
start thinking wider and broader, that's where I want our melanated people to get, like healing, peace, happiness, nirvana. That is God.
Mhm.
Love, like that's God. God didn't put us here to stress and be in survival mode and stay stagnant and stuck and hate life and hate everybody and hurt people because you're angry on the inside.
Mhm.
No, you are God experiencing itself. And once we learn that about ourselves, even especially the melanated community, we're
Mhm.
gonna come out of this 600-700 year enslaved mindset we done had and take off. They ain't gonna be able to stop us.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be the most intelligent color
I
on the
mean,
planet.
we already is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, thank you, ladies, so much. I apologize again. We went like 20 minutes over.
It's
So
okay.
forgive
It
I'm
was
us.
sure the people
good.
didn't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we helped a lot of people tonight, right?
Right.
And hopefully,
A
like I
great
said,
conversation.
we've got some other conversations that we can kind of piggyback off of later. So Tony, when we have those conversations, we'll extend you an invitation if you're available to come back on and talk back with us. But thank you. Thank you
Anytime.
Thank you so
So much
much.
again.
Real quick,
Yeah.
because we're supposed to be talking about the donations.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why I came on here. We need to
Yes.
bring that up real quick.
Yeah. So Cover Your Crown has been all over the several of the events that you had last weekend. Thank you again for letting me piggyback off of that. We were today at the Purple at Nora's house because the Purple Palace or I forget the name of it, but it's no longer there. But we were at Nora's house today and we had the Cover Your Crown Ohio box there. We're going to be distributing other boxes throughout other establishments in Ohio. So if you have caps, hats, gloves, scarves, please reach out to myself, reach out to Tony, and we will collect those and we're going to give them out to the homeless.
Yes.
All right. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Did I miss
Yes.
anything, Tony?
No,
No?
I'm doing care packages as well. So
Yes.
any toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorants, anything small that can help someone that's out on the streets that is very basic to us, probably everything to them.
Yes.
We're
Mhm.
looking for that stuff too. So
Yeah.
that's
So make
it.
sure we're gonna tag you, but make sure you guys follow Tony. So she throws events like
Yes.
I said through generally every month, right? Or at least you have
Mhm.
something going on. So
Yes.
whenever she posts something, generally if I see it, I will share it. But yeah, make sure you all are staying connected. Make sure you stay connected to Regal Mindset. Keep a Regal Mindset, and we will talk to you all in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
All right.